Parliament has nominated 17 candidates to serve on the independent panel to probe the 2020 Phala Phala farm burglary. The National Assembly Speaker, Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula, says the team's core function will be to conduct a preliminary assessment of the proposed motion to remove the president tabled by the African Transformation Movement. Mapisa-Nqakula says the Section 8-9 panel of experts will make recommendations to her within 30 days on whether sufficient evidence exists that shows that President Cyril Ramaphosa committed any of the specified violations. Newzroom Afrika's Athi Mtongana takes a look.
These scenes from Parliament played out during the presidency budget vote in June. EFF MPs were ejected after raising numerous points of orders during President Cyril Ramaphosa's speech, demanding answers and accountability on the Phala Phala farm burglary. The Speaker of the National Assembly, Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula, condemned their behavior and referred it to an independent investigation by Advocate Elizabeth Baloyi. Her report found, among other issues, that the removal was characterized by violence on both sides, and the actions of the Speaker were in line with the rules. A new subcommittee report recommends that the conduct of these EFF MPs be referred to the Powers and Privileges Committee to establish whether there was a breach of powers that could possibly lead to disciplinary action.
This is absolute rubbish. It does not reflect what happened in Parliament. Even this thing that we planned to disrupt Parliament before, there's no way in the EFF statements where we say that there's going to be disruption of Parliament. There's never been such. So this must be rejected with contempt, and we must state here that this must be rejected now. And then or we're going to take it to a judicial review process.
The drill that is being used for physical removal harms the dignity of women, and it also harms the dignity of men. In the last removal, one of the EF members, their pants were pulled down and you could see their buttocks.
We cannot allow a situation where Parliament is going to be held to ransom by people who are deliberately and consciously creating an environment that is so full of conflict. It cannot be allowed, and then we end up having to admit to that we are wrong and we are being insulted, and words that are being used are not acceptable. Really, it's totally unacceptable.
Among other issues discussed in the first meeting of the term by the Rules Committee, chaired by the Speaker, was a proposal by the IFP to establish a new portfolio committee that would play an oversight role over the presidency.
I cannot understand, Honourable Speaker, why then that for all these years we have not had oversight over the presidency. And when we mean oversight over the presidency, we don't mean oversight over the president as a person, but he heads the executive. The accounting officer of all the divisions within the presidency has to account to a portfolio committee in terms of the constitution.
All these matters have now been referred by the Speaker to subcommittees before final decisions are made. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Athi Mtongana in Parliament.